what a lot of people came here for. 89 entries down to 31 cars coming around to compete for 60 laps. The Gladiator, the Sport Compacts coming to green this time by waiting on the flagman. Flagman throws a green flag. We're racing at Screven for $21,000. Off into turn one, Walker Wyndham side by side with your pole sitter Andrew Smith. Payne Pickles with a good run down the back straightaway. He's looking to take that second spot away from Walker Wyndham. We'll check at the flag stand. Yes, give the second spot to Payne Pickles. Andrew Smith still out front. Kyle Stark there in the fourth spot. You see a good shot of that 62 car. Local guy from Georgia here. They call him the GOAT of compacts. He's won about the most money you can win in a compact. Payne Pickles off in second, as you see on your screen, the 192 of Kyle Stark and Brandon Dalton with John Wyndham right there behind the 54 car in the 65. We are clicking off some laps here. Clean and green. We're riding around the high side of the racetrack. That's the dominant groove right now. You see the 54 car trying to work on the 192 of Stark. As we best battle on the racetrack right there. John Wyndham trying to get up into the mix. John Wyndham running there in the, looks like I'm not getting timing and scoring. And oh my gosh, the 151 tried to exit the racetrack, and your second place car of Payne Pickles has made contact with the 151. Trouble early in this one, 5 laps in. We'll get them lined back up and try it again. Lights are out. We are coming back green here. Still 55 laps to go. $21,000 to win. Andrew Smith, it's a control car. He'll get the fire down there in turn 4. He fires. Green flag is back out. We're racing here again at Screven. Andrew Smith gets a good start. 72 is able to clear around the 192. John Wyndham trying to get up there and battle for that 4th spot. Give him the 5th spot. Gives a little bump to the 54. They all going to ride high. The 132 is right underneath the 65 of John Wyndham. But the V7 of Michael Kraus will have a run. He'll clear the 132. Looks like that's the battle for the 6th and 7th spot. As your top 5, 6, 7, 8 cars are all nose to tail. The best battle on the racetrack is the father-son duo of Newman Presnell and Caden Presnell, as Caden seems to be dropping like a rock. They're getting around him on the high side. He's going to have to get up into that groove, or they're going to go around him, because the high side is the fast side right now. See Newman Presnell trying to look to the inside of the 114 of Josh France. Unable to make that move. He'll fall back in line. It's like a choo-choo train around the high side right now. We're still under green, coming around to complete lap number 9 of this 60-lap feature. Looks like Patrick Wilbarger in a C19, a little bit off the pace at the back of the pack. We're going to stay green right now. He'll keep it going. You see the 62 of Andrew Smith on your screen. He's led all of them so far, coming around to complete lap number 10. You look at John Wyndham getting around to 54. The 54 has a problem. The problem for your Bowling Green, Kentucky driver of Brandon Dalton. He's going to get it back rolling. And yes, there is a problem. He's going to end up having to pull that thing in or bring a yellow flag out. He's mired to the bottom of the racetrack. Will stay green as it runs. As your first lap car that Andrew Smith is going to encounter, the 626 of Adam Bales will pull to the inside. And they will get around the C19 right there. Will Barger, you saw him all excited to make it into the race yesterday in the heat race. 54 still rolling around the bottom of the racetrack. We stay green. Kyle Stark runs third. Walker Wyndham, your second place starter, is back in the fourth spot. The 132 of Brandon Gibson is smoke. There's a fire under the 65 car. There was something on fire momentarily on the 65 car, but that has not slowed him down. My goodness. As I'm not sure what's going on with the 65 car. I've never seen a car on fire so fast. He's still in the second spot and trying to get up there to Andrew Smith. And look at, man, these guys can't get away from each other. Wow. Andrew Smith's going to go to the outside of the lap car right there of Weaver. As we are clicking them off at record pace right now. This is unbelievable. Andrew Smith's going to try to get around Shannon Barnhill right now. That's the 14th place car as we are lapping at a record pace, and smoke's starting to roll out of the 65 again. Yellow flag has come out. Here we go, 25 in, 35 to go. We're not even halfway yet, and we've had all the excitement anybody can stand. Andrew Smith, the control car. He's going to fire over there in turn 4. We're back racing. John Wyndham's going to drive ahead of his brother there for the second spot, side by side between Brandon Gibson Jr. and Walker Wyndham. They make a little contact. Josh France over there in the 5th spot. More smoke rolling out of the 65 car. It's been puzzling us all race. If he can make it to the end of this one, it'll be amazing. The 132 running third right there. Walker Wyndham in the 4th spot. Josh France 5th. That's the battle you see on your screen right there. Walker Wyndham and Josh France. As they're single file through the first couple rides. But you see Eddie McGrew and Carter Stark trading blows right there. And Eddie McGrew has a problem. Eddie McGrew, trouble for Eddie McGrew. He's going to stay on the racetrack. We'll see if he can't get him off the racetrack. He might bring out our next yellow flag as John Wyndham gets ready to pull back in the 62 car of Andrew Smith. Them two have set sailed on third place. Brandon Gibson Jr. And I believe we are seconds away from a yellow flag. And yes, there it is. Yellow flag is out for the 4M of Eddie McGrew. The 62 of Andrew Smith has led all 29 of them. He's going to have to lead 31 more. As he comes around, he gets back on the gas pedal. We're green. The 132 gets a little shot to the 65 right there, shoulder to shoulder into turn number 1 as the 65 made a little tap to the 62. Move Walker Wyndham back into the 3rd spot. Brandon Gibson Jr. 4th. Battle back there for the 5th spot between Carter Stark. Give Carter Stark the 5th spot. As we've been noticing between the 62 and 65, they do have a little yo-yo effect going on. As you see the 132 of Brandon Gibson Jr. trying to go back to the battle with the 72 of Walker Wyndham. Walker Wyndham got away real quick there, but the 132's got to run down the back straightaway. Coming around to complete lap number 32, that time by 28 laps to go. It's starting to shape up. All your fast guys are up front. You see Carter Stark, the young man out of Wisconsin, battling with Dustin Duncan in the 21 car. As Andrew Smith is set sail right now. And John Wyndham might be off the pace. Yes, John Wyndham's off the pace, running second right there. I don't know if maybe he broke a gear and had to change gears right there, but he's back going again. Move Walker Wyndham into the second spot. This race has been very evasive to John Wyndham, and he's had a lot of heartbreaks at this one. Hasn't led a lap yet, but look at Carter Stark do the slide job on the 65 of Wyndham. Moved Carter Stark into the fourth spot. Wyndham struggling right now as the 21 of Dustin Duncan gets around him. And I would have to believe that he maybe broke a gear and had to shift to a different gear and maybe not having the same speed. As you see, the 148 pulls back into the infield. And the 62 of Andrew Smith is leading it right now. 3.113 second lead over Walker Wyndham. You see Carter Stark and Dustin Duncan have a little battle right there between the 92 and the 21 car. Move over flag being shown to the back of the field. We got a car turned around in 1 and 2. The 2W of Chad Weaver will bring out our caution. That was right in front of your leader. Able to get around him and not cause any problems right there. The 2W of Chad Weaver. So you look at your top 7 cars. Andrew Smith, Walker Wyndham, Brandon Gibson Jr., Carter Stark, Dustin Duncan, John Wyndham, and Josh France. That's the 7 cars on the lead lap. The winner is probably going to come from those 7 cars. But hey, we got 21 more laps to run it. Here we go. Andrew Smith back on the gas pedal. We're back green. 21 laps to go. Walker Wyndham, and they're going to slide job right there for Wyndham. He'll make a little contact to the 132. And look, it says 72 of Walker Wyndham's going to get around Andrew Smith. There's a problem on Andrew Smith. Heartbreak for Andrew Smith as we got other cars crashing in there, and something happened to Andrew Smith. He did not get a good restart down the back straightaway. So here we go, 72 out front by himself. The 132 of Carter Stark coming back green with just 21 laps to go. We are green flag racing again. We're going to dive off into turn number 1. John Wyndham didn't pull the slider that time. Walker Wyndham gets a little high out of turn number 2. Brandon Gibson Jr. clears Carter Stark for the second spot. Brandon Gibson Jr. is going to go battling for the lead right here. As we got smoke coming out of a car further down in the pack. The 21 of Dustin Duncan, another lead lap car, is having trouble. We are losing all of our lead lap cars. Just 4 cars on the lead lap right now. That's Walker Wyndham, Brandon Gibson Jr., John Wyndham, and Carter Stark. Give Wyndham your lead still. Gibson Jr. and John Wyndham, your top 3 cars, have pulled away from your 4th place runner of Carter Stark. Lap car right there. Walker Wyndham's going to get around. John Wyndham looks back to the inside of Brandon Gibson Jr. We all know the Wyndham and Gibson history. Hopefully it doesn't rear its head again tonight. We want them to race clean and green all the way to the checker flag. As Wyndham makes a run to the bottom right there. Lap car in the way. They're going to make a little contact out of turn number 4. Give the 65 car. It looks like the 132 is off the pace on the front straightaway. And it looks like he's going to stay on the racetrack. That's probably going to draw a caution flag right here for Brandon Gibson Jr. Lights are down. 4-lap shootout for $21,000. If your heart ain't beating right now, you don't love this stuff, because mine's about to jump out of my heart. You got Walker Wyndham, John Wyndham, Carter Stark, Brandon Gibson Jr. That's the 4 cars on the lead lap. Everybody else is at least a lap down. We're coming green this time by. Green flag is in the air. They're going to look to the outside of Wyndham. Start. They all get a good single file restart. Wyndham's going to drive hard into turn number 1. Them brothers will race each other hard. It doesn't matter. They may be family, but they are racing for $21,000 right now. Gibson Jr. is going to throw a haymaker over in 3 and 4, and he'll fall back further right there. We're still racing pretty good. Coming around to 2 laps to go. Walker Wyndham, John Wyndham, Carter Stark, and Brandon Gibson Jr. Wyndham looks to the inside of the 7-2. He gets a little bit of tap. 2 laps to go right here. Who's going to win it? John Wyndham has never won this race. He's led laps in a lot of winter freezes. He's dominated winter freezes before, but he has never won before. His younger brother has already won it. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Screven Motorsports Complex. The 2025 Winter Freeze. Walker Wyndham up front. John Wyndham, last chance to drive it down into turn number 3 and 4. Not going to do it. 2-time winner of the Winter Freeze. Give it to Walker Wyndham. John Wyndham will finish 2nd. Carter Stark 3rd. And Brandon Gibson Jr. will round out your lead lap cars. What a race, guys. What a race.